Welcome everybody in the Zoom room and on YouTube. By all means, punch in any questions you've got. Otherwise, I will get going and just show you what I'm seeing at the moment and get ready for the week ahead. Bear with me 1 second. Right, it is US inflation this week. We've got UK jobs tomorrow and UK GDP on Thursday, and sandwiched in the middle is US inflation. So with the dollar such a crucial part of these markets at the moment, well, as is always, let's just plot what we're seeing. So I'm starting with the NASDAQ because what the NASDAQ does, the rest of the market follows. If I pull right back, you can see we were up here at April last year when we dropped very, very hard into the year end. So we've gone on a credible journey here after all the pullback so far since January. Have got bought on this NASDAQ. But if we can't get through this 15,200, then we are in trouble, and that does not bode well for the rest of the market. So you can see we've come off of this over the last few days and sitting here just in this bar from the Friday the 30th. Non-farm payroll was last week, which the markets closed into that support. So the jury's out on this. If we can't get back above this 15,200, then this move is potentially over. So that's what we're facing at the moment. So let's see how we close today, and B, where we are as the rest of the week unfolds. You can see we've come down on decent volume here, so there is a lot of selling pressure up here. So this could be overdone. If this is a double top and we cannot close back above that trend line, then look for lower numbers. Let's have a look at the FTSE. The FTSE has already had this drop. So we've had significant moves down here, and we've even closed underneath this March support. So tests of the March support at the moment are getting sold into. So with UK jobs, could see this coming back down to 7,200. My view is that the highs are still definitely shortable, and I'm looking for this to come down to 6.9. So the RSI is overextended, oversold. This is a major area. We're very close to 23 lows here. So if we pop back above 7,300, then I think we can recover. But if we only ever go into 7,400 and close lower, then I think we're going to get another leg down. In other words, once we're under a chart pattern like that, I think the highs are still shortable. So I think 7,400 is the target to short, and we are currently 7,270. Okay, but if we hold above that 70, if we open and close above it, then we could recover. Gold. So this pullback to 1892, I think it was 95, has got bought. I think all these pullbacks are buyable. If we see, where are we now? We're currently 1926, still within the Friday range. We might well come down and find 1900 again. It'd be great if we could. We're not that far off it. Otherwise, I think we're under the 20-day average, but I think a decent pullback here could get bought. And if we can close above the 1940, 1950, then we can go on a decent run. Okay, so very cautious on the, those who just joined us, very cautious on this FTSE with the RSI oversold. I think if we just knock it that 7,400, I think it's going to drop. Right, so I like the gold. I still think the FTSE's got further to drop. The oil. So we've had this breakout and then we're peeling back again. We're basically in a huge range in this oil. I think if we come back to 71, which is the invent support from last Wednesday, which is we come back to 71 and hold, I think oil can do more. Can't get hold of it. I'm looking for a pullback into 71. So the higher that pink range. If that holds, then hold on to your hats, because we could be going to 85, 90 plus. If we subsequently close under 71, then this could be over. And here is, if I box the range, you'll see that we've been in this box play since we dropped down here in May, for 2nd of May. Close above this box, which is 74, then we're game on. Right, let's have a look at, let's stick to commodities for a moment. Let's look at the wheat. I still think the wheat can come lower. And I think we may see a 60-40 would be my ideal entry on that. And a full-blown test of $6 would really get me very interested. So $6 is where we've broken up from 580. $6 was the main buy signal. So I think I just need to be a little bit more patient and see if I can get $6 out of that. At which point I'll be all over that. The corn. Ooh, that's a very interesting. So we're right down to September 21 lows. That's got me very interested. That's a buy signal there on Thursday. New low, immediate close higher. That's a rejection of that. I think this corn is very, very interesting. Close back above 5. Fail here and we're going to 430, but I think my money's on this holding. There is even divergence in you can use RSI for divergence. So we've got a new low and a higher in the charts, but a higher low in the RSI. So I'm a huge fan. That was at 630. I'm very interested in the corn. Very, very interested in corn and the wheat. The natural gas has had a pop. This is a good time of the year to buy natural gas. These are when the contracts are put in place. So I think natural gas is a buyer here. And I think we're going back to at least 30 plus, potentially 35. And if this really catches a bid, then we can do a carbon copy of what we saw up here at close to the 100 mark. I think that's a goer. Look how the volumes are getting stoked up on natural gas. Copper. Yeah, I'm liking copper. I think copper's higher. We've just retraced to, let's push that up. Just retraced to that breakup on the 5th of Jan this year. That bodes very well for the copper. Moving on. Right, let's look at housing. Taylor Woodrow. So huge drop here, right back into support. We've almost given back everything from 23. 23 lows are we're very, very close to 23 lows. So we may well come and touch 97 on that. If we touch 97 and hold, then that's got some potential recovery. Barrett's almost identical charts. I'm not buying. I'm not I'm not risking my capital on these housing stocks, but they are potentially in a good position to buy. Right, banks, Lloyd's. At this stage, it looks lower. The jobs number could crush this. I want to say crush it. I mean, it could go back to 40 if the market does not like the jobs number. Now, that could be a good jobs number. It could be a bad jobs number. It's just the reaction to the market. Let's look at... you know what? I think this is a potential. This is Prudential. If Prudential gets back above this area, I think that's got scope. Volume appears to be getting back into that. I've missed out Barclays as I look at Barclays. Yeah, poised to react to jobs data. Very concerning levels of volume down there. It does not, we've had this good run up here in June, topped out 3rd of July. Okay, well, if that closes back, I would stand back from this and just watch the 150 mark. Right, I've got a list of stocks that I want to go through in detail. So I just want to, since I spent so much time talking about commodities, let's look at commodity related stocks. Man Group, liking this. I think Man Group can get back through £3. Look at the volume coming in. This is what we want. We want volume, higher closes. Man Group's got it. I think that's a buy now at 220 if you see it. And £3 is the extension. It looks nice. I like it. That is a hot favourite for me. Glencore. Jury's out. Keep an eye on this because I think this one could do well. Rio has just tested major support and is holding. If that closes above 49, I'm in. CPI cap. Attempting to hold here, but very ragged chart. Much more interested in Man Group. Look at miners. Anything you want to look at? Rothschild. Ooh, Hostel is looking good. It's just lacking the volume. I like this price, but we're not seeing higher volume. And PAF, again, looks fragile. Right, let me go through my key lists. So Glencore was on my key list. So let's look at this one. I think this Drax is good. We've seen 540 recently. Currently 580. If that were to drop to 550, 560, I would like to get in. But I think this Drax is looking good. As for the target, well, I think Drax could do 850, possibly more. If you peel back, you can see why I like it. We had this huge run in September 21. The drop in October last year got bought into £7. I'm liking this. I think this could wind up to 850, £10 potentially. And look at the huge volume here that's taken this up. Huge, huge, huge volume. So volume alone has got me very interesting Drax. What's the other one? Not sure. Oh no. Oh, that's a good short candidate. Let's look at some retailers. Wow. Who is attempting to hold? WH Smith. ASOS is attempting to hold. What else have we got? That. Okay, so we've got some holding patterns in these retailers. Housing stocks look terrible. Miners are at a critical support level on the whole. But things like anything commodity related, commodity and energy related, I think is the place to be at the moment. What I've not done is look at some techs. Let's look at techs. IQE. Ooh, yuck. What's a good one? SE looks terrible. Ooh, look at that. That was up there at 217. Now we are heading for a pound on Zoo Digital. Right. Nothing else. Anything you want me to look at? Otherwise, I'm off. Any other sectors? I look at energy. Tullow. I still like Tullow. I still think Tullow has got potential. It's got a lot of work to do to get above this 28. But if it can, I think that could start to wind back up close to resist these highs. GKP. Seeing some decent volume here. Got a lot of work to do to get above this 20-day average. Right, you're all very quiet. Very quiet. I'm going to leave it there unless you want me to look at something else. Brilliant. Thanks for your company. Those are the stocks I'm interested in. Be careful out there. You know, it is the summer period. Got some important data this week. Let's see what happens. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.